What have been some of your favorite things about homeschooling your boys?
So my favorite thing about homeschooling my boys is the slow mornings, the waking up together, and the opening up the curriculum on the sofa with one child on one side and the other child on the other side, and a cup of coffee in my hand is my happy place. It is literally where I will go in my mind when I'm 80, thinking back on like the happiest moments in my life with my kids. I love it. It's so peaceful.
And you don't get that time back.
No, you don't.
Special.
And why would you want to give that to somebody else?
Yeah.
You know, they like my youngest son will think of the funniest things and come up with like reasons for things that if he was in a classroom, somebody else would be getting that. And I want that.
And you'd miss
I
it.
want those moments. Yeah.
I love that.
And then my 12-year-old who's turning into a preteen, I'm like, the years are flying by, you know, and if you don't get it now, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're sponges, and you want to give them all the information you can from
Yeah.
you, not necessarily from someone else, you know?
Right. Hello and welcome to the Thrive Communities podcast, a place where real homeschool families share their stories and the heart behind their decision to educate at home. At Thrive Communities, our mission is to support and connect homeschool families in a community where children and parents can truly thrive. Whether you are new to homeschooling, considering it, or have been on the journey for years, we're so glad you're here.
Welcome, Dana. I'm so excited to have you here today. Our sweet Thrive mom, our amazing Thrive employee who's brought so much to Thrive, not only in teaching, but you have a huge background and experience that you've brought to Thrive and just made such a difference.
Thank you.
I know a lot about you, so I'm so excited for you to share with everybody else your homeschool journey and about your beautiful little family. So if you could just start by telling us your homeschool journey, how many years you've been on it, and why you chose this path.
Yeah, so I realized that I wanted to homeschool when I was in the car pickup line, picking up my son from school.
That's the place to feel it.
Yeah, and I just felt like I was like managing my children's lives rather than being like in it, and I wanted to be in it. And I think that homeschool parents are drawn to homeschool because they want the one thing back that money can't buy, which is time with their kids. Yeah. And so once I saw it that way, I couldn't unsee it, you know?
Once you're there, you can't look back.
Once you're there, you can't look back. And that was the most important thing for me at that point. And I knew that I needed to convince my husband, which he was agreeable to. So I was very happy about that. And then we just gave it a go, and we haven't looked back, and it's been amazing.
How many years has it been for you?
So this is our second year.
Okay.
Yes, it is our second year, and we are growing and evolving every day and learning what works for which kid, because every kid is very different, and every kid has different things that they need. So I have two boys. They are 12 and 6. And so my oldest son had been in school before, and he knew what that was like. And my younger son, this is all he knows, which is really exciting for him. He comes to school like in the morning ready. He's like a good little student. And it's just so fun. I love it.
And your oldest son, what does he think about homeschooling? Because he's been in both worlds now.
He has been in both worlds. So there was a little bit of like a pushback at the beginning. Like he wasn't taking it seriously because he thought it like wasn't, you know, like real school. So there was a little bit of an adjustment period, but with consistency and just structure, every day he slowly saw how it is real school, and he started taking it very seriously
seeing the benefit
and seeing the benefit for sure.
And you have a wide range, so you're doing, you know, older age levels, younger age levels. How's that going?
That is going very good. My older son is able to be a little bit more independent in his work.
Right.
So we do some subjects together. And then he does some subjects on his own, and I kind of test him and I check up on his work. And then I do all of the subjects in the morning with my little one. So we have our school time first. And then I will do the lessons with my older one after. And then he's doing his independent work when my little one is doing his work with me.
Yeah, so it's totally possible. Multiple ages.
It is.
You can do it.
And you can do anything. Yeah. You can make it work.
Moms are amazing. Dads are amazing too.
Yep.
What have been some of your favorite things about homeschooling your boys?
So my favorite thing about homeschooling my boys is the slow mornings, the waking up together, and the opening up the curriculum on the sofa with one child on one side and the other child on the other side, and a cup of coffee in my hand is my happy place. It is literally where I will go in my mind when I'm 80, thinking back on like the happiest moments in my life with my kids. I love it. It's so peaceful.
And you don't get that time back.
No, you
so
don't.
Special.
And why would you want to give that to somebody else?
Yeah.
You know, they like my youngest son will think of the funniest things and come up with like reasons for things that if he was in a classroom, somebody else would be getting that. And I want that.
And you'd miss
I
it.
want those moments. Yeah.
I love that.
And then my 12-year-old who's turning into a preteen, I'm like, the years are flying by, you know, and if you don't get it now, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And they're sponges, and you want to give them all the information you can from
Yeah.
you, not necessarily from someone else, you know?
Right.
Yes,
Right.
I love that. So you are a Thrive teacher as well.
Yeah.
How did you step into the Thrive teaching role?
Yeah.
Outside of being just a Thrive mom?
So I started looking for a program because I knew that I had thought a lot about homeschooling well before I decided to homeschool. So I had thought about it a lot, and I had asked a lot of people that I knew who were teachers or who had raised kids who were grown and maybe their kids went on to do really well. I'm like, what do you think? Do you think that I could homeschool?
Yeah.
And they were like, absolutely, but you need to put them in like co-op program, hybrid, something like that, right?
Okay.
And so I knew I needed like that piece to our homeschool for it to be successful.
Yeah.
And so I started touring, and I fell in love with Thrive when I toured. And I knew that I wanted my kids to be there, but then I also wanted to be a part of their day as well. So I wanted to teach, and I wanted to make sure that they were really like learning good things and stuff while they were there. And so it was through that I started teaching at Thrive. And I just loved everything about it. I started taking on like more days teaching. I would sub. I just wanted to be in the Thrive space as much as I could because it's just so wonderful. The Thrive vibe carries through, not just with the kids, but to the teachers and the staff. And it's just a really wonderful community to be a part of. And I'm just so grateful.
We're actually on site at one of the Thrives you used to work at, and I've just seen almost every kid who's seen you back in here just giving you hugs and just so happy to see you, and just like their eyes are lighting up because you're here.
Yeah.
What was your experience, meeting all these kids and helping parents teach their children while they're here?
It's so fun. When I see them, I feel like they're like my kids.
Yeah, they act like it.
Yeah.
They're so happy to see you.
You know what? I really enjoy being with them. I really enjoy the classes and the kids in it, and I think that the kids feel that. So
yeah, you can tell because I can't tell you how many hugs you were getting when you walked in. It's a testament to the amazingness that you gave them while you were here. And that's nice to know as a parent too, because when you're homeschooling, you want to put them in front of people who are going to love and care on them and empower them and build them up. And so that's, I think when we bring people into Thrive as teachers, that's really what we look for.
Yeah.
Is that caring, loving person like you.
And find the strengths in every child and help them see their strengths.
Yeah. And wherever they sit in their little journeys, we want them to just feel empowered and loved. And I think that's the difference really with the Thrive vibe, like you said. So far in your journey.
Yeah.
Has there been anything that's happened or a moment where you're like, oh, this is why I chose this life? I know sitting on the couch with them in that morning and like you're spending time together, but is there anything else that was like, man, I did the right thing doing this?
For sure. So traveling, my husband and I love to travel, and we are able to do that so much more. My husband's from Italy, so taking the kids back there for a month or, maybe even 2 months is definitely in the cards for us now, because that is, and immerse them in the language and maybe even send them to school there for a month, where my husband went as a kid is like that's all so possible. Cool. Like you can do anything, you want to do. When
you travel with your kids and they get immersed in the culture, do you see differences in them when they come back, or do you see them grow in any kind of way? I know I was reading certain things that when you immerse kids in other cultures, they just become these really dynamic individuals.
Since the beginning, since my oldest son, who's 12, was a baby, we've been traveling with them a lot.
They're natural travelers.
Yeah. So there wasn't like a time where we weren't, and now we are.
Yeah.
He went to Italy the first time when he was 2. And then again at 4. And so he's just always been going. So yeah, we've always, but my kids are very, mature, I think, and they really understand a lot of things in the world, outside of, just what you get in the classroom.
Free thinkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So now that your boys have been a part of Thrive, have you seen them grow or change after being a part of our little group here?
Yes. So my youngest son loves all things science, and he has gotten even more curious because of all the experiments and projects that they do at Thrive. Yeah. So he is explaining to me why things work. Like, why is Play-Doh a conductor? I know, Mommy, because of the salt in the water. So he really has, and he's only 6, and he's shown such an interest and knowledge and retention of information. And that has been amazing to see. I love that. And then my older son, who's a little more introverted, has made such nice friends because the kids are just so wonderful. And they just help him come out of his shell a little bit, and he feels really comfortable here, which is really nice. I love that.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of Thrive, is the mix of that awesome curriculum that they get, enriching, but then also that community side of it.
Yeah.
I bring up the differences in all my kids, and all of them fit in here. Yeah. They all have friends. They all like their favorite subjects, have their favorite teachers, and then they're not, compared. They're just here to have fun.
They are.
Yes. So you've been homeschooling for a couple years, but it sounds like you were thinking about it before then.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest misconception of homeschooling?
I think a long time ago, there were, I could say, many misconceptions. Today, I don't know that there are or that there should be.
Yeah.
I don't
it's a little
think
more mainstream.
It's very mainstream. I mean, with it growing so much, think about all the different curriculums that have come out in the last 10 years. Like Good and Beautiful, for example, came about in 2016, and it's won how many awards since it came out? There are just so many amazing programs, and a lot of teachers who are phenomenal teachers who have left teaching and gone and created their own curriculums. So you have everything at your fingertips.
The options
and you
are there.
Have anything is possible. Yeah. And so I don't think that there are anymore, or if there is, there really shouldn't be.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense anymore.
Yeah.
It's not as, I say this often, but it's just not as taboo.
It's not.
As it used to be.
It's not.
I think we see a lot more families who are like, I'm going to try it out and see what it's like. Because I think there's a lot more types of people too.
Yeah.
Even at Thrive, we see a mix of families and kids from different backgrounds, different walks of life. It's just like a melting pot. Yeah. It's not just one type of family that's here or one type of kid. And it, I think, also builds up children to meet other people and know what other people's lives are like, and that differences are good. Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So this might be a tougher question to answer, but I'm going to ask it.
Okay.
What has homeschooling revealed about you as a mom? So stepping into this role is the harder job. It's the harder choice. It's not the easier one.
Yeah.
What do you think it's revealed about you being able to teach your boys?
I think that for me, I thought that I could easily do all of it without having anything be difficult about it. I'm like, these are my children. Of course I can homeschool them. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be amazing. And it is amazing. But I love having the Thrive help and having the balance of them doing the hands-on learning in the days at Thrive, and where I get a little bit of time, and then doing the school at home. I think it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. Yeah. And then it's really the best parts of school. Like, remember when we were in school, like the project day or something was always like, you'd be so excited if you knew you had a project at school that day. And it's like, that's how it is every day at Thrive.
So true.
So it's like, I think it's made me realize that I did need a little bit more help than I thought I needed.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all on your own.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, there's so many options, like you said, too.
Yeah.
It's like whatever fits
Yeah.
for your family. I love that. What would you tell parents who are maybe considering Thrive and unsure about it?
Gosh, okay. So having taught at Thrive, I was most pleased as a parent myself, having been in the amazing community behind the scenes, seeing all the kids of different ages high-five each other as they're going out to play, like from the oldest group to the youngest group, seeing that the teachers are all helping each other as much as they can throughout the day, and that like family like environment. I would have never seen that had I not taught at Thrive. So I think I would want parents to know that, because that is how it is, and they don't get to see that.
Yeah, and it's real.
It's real. It's real.
There's camaraderie within all our little Thrive communities.
Yeah.
Everyone's friends and watches each other's kids, and all the teachers hang out.
Yes.
And not only do we build community for kids and parents, but I think the teachers too, the staff. Yeah. We have a lot of public school teachers who leave and then they come here and they're just so grateful for the environment.
Yes.
You know, and that trickles down to the kids.
It does.
And the parents don't really see that, so you're right.
Yeah.
What have you learned on this homeschooling journey that you've been on so far? And what do you wish you would have known sooner? Like, what would you tell yourself 2 years ago now that you've been doing this?
Yeah. That it's not always going to be perfect. And that you learn as you go, and you have to adjust and you have to change. And what works maybe when your child is 10, maybe they grow, and when they're 11, it's not working so much anymore, and you have to change up your game.
Yeah. And that's the beauty of it.
Not striving for perfection, and know that it's something that's always evolving.
Yeah.
I think is important
to
know.
Would you say giving yourself grace too?
Giving yourself grace, yeah. Yeah, because I think moms are really hard on themselves. And if like everything is not perfect, I think we tend to be really hard on ourselves. And so, I think that that's something that like looking back now, I'm like, it was perfect in its own way, you know, and it has been.
Way,
yeah. And it will continue to be.
Yeah, we have to think too, your boys probably are making the same memories as you. You know, those loving moments that you have with them, they're going to remember that too.
Yeah, I hope so.
They will.
I hope so.
Because that's really like your heart pouring into them. Yeah. And they feel it, you know?
Yeah.
I think I pray that for my kids too. Is there anything else you want to add? Because you not only are a homeschool mom, you're a homeschool staff, you know, you're friends with many people within the community. You're friends with Kim, the founder, and many people within Thrive. Is there anything you want to share with homeschool families as they're considering different programs? Because there's so many.
There are so many. And I think you have to do what works best for your family and your kids. I think that, you know, I just want to help as many people learn about Thrive and see if Thrive is a right fit for their family, because it was for us. And so I'm really grateful for it. And so I just think that you have to there's no two families that are alike. You know, there's so many different dynamics out there. And so I don't think that it is a one size fits all for any homeschool family. But I think that what Thrive has going is working really, really well for a lot of homeschool families. Yeah. And it certainly did for us. So
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. As Thrive gets bigger and grows, we still have that same small family loving feeling each location.
It does.
I think that's something to think about too, because we're entering new areas that people aren't familiar with Thrive.
Right.
And the model is love and empowerment and care. And so something
and
else.
when you have someone like Kim, who is so passionate about homeschool, it really flows through the whole business, the whole company. Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah,
everyone around is just phenomenal.
Yeah,
from the top down.
Yes,
yes, including you.
Thank you.
Well, I have loved chatting with you. Is there anything I missed?
Nice.
Anything you wanted to add before we finish up?
That was it. That was great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us on the Thrive Homeschool Podcast.
Yep. The Thrive Communities Podcast will share real stories from families just like yours. You'll hear honest conversations, encouragement, and ideas to help your family truly thrive.
Good morning and welcome to Thrive. I'm so excited to show you our program. Let's go in. We call ourselves Classical Education Remixed because we love the 4-year history and science cycles of learning. In addition to that, we have our own spin on learning where we really want the kids to fall in love with their educational journey. So we don't do Latin or rigorous academics as a true classical program would. Instead, we love to have fun and get the kids engaged in their learning. We hire great teachers for our program and train them thoroughly in the Thrive vibe. We ask that all teachers have a 4-year degree and teaching experience. We also screen heavily for personality so that teachers love their job and love being with the kids at Thrive. We also have the Thrive vibe, which we talk to kids about often on campus. This includes being kind and respectful to each other, to our teachers, to our facilities, and it really creates a beautiful environment where everyone understands their part to play at Thrive. It's important to us at Thrive that we provide a distraction-free learning zone. So kids are not allowed to have smartphones or smartwatches on their person throughout the Thrive day. They are required to keep them in their backpack at all time, and all registered families have a contact of the program lead throughout the day. As an enrichment program, we're not a school, so we don't do any testing or assessing. Also, we do the fun extra subjects of history, science, and art throughout our day that can be a little bit messy, but really help the kids to engage with each other and build that sense of connection. So we don't do any math or language arts, but we do give your kids a full day of fun and learning. For science, we use that 4-year learning cycle, and the basis of our curriculum is elemental science, and each lesson gives the kids a small experiment and a hands-on project. For history, we use Story of the World, volumes 1 through 4, and the kids learn about that section of history all over the world throughout the year. Every lesson is individualized for that day. It's what we like to call a standalone lesson. So if you miss a day, you're never behind, which is beautiful. Also, throughout our studies of history, we also do engaging projects. Our art curriculum is often taken from Meet the Masters or is a Thrive developed curriculum, and it always aligns with the history period that we are studying for the year. It's part art history, part art instruction, and really allows the kids to connect with their learning in this way as well.
Hello, Miss Michelle.
Hello.
Our literature component is based off of our history curriculum and allows the kids to hear a historical fiction picture book read out loud to each of the classes, along with an activity that helps them to understand their learning.
We are a nut-free program, so when you pack your child's lunch, please avoid nuts of any kind or Nutella or peanut butter cups. On a campus day, you'll send your child with a backpack to keep their projects in, a nut-free cold lunch, and a water bottle. Safety is very important to us in this drop-off enrichment program. Every campus has a safety protocol plan. They practice fire drills twice a year as a campus, and all teachers are trained on a lockdown procedure, although we never practice that in front of children to avoid them being afraid. We keep a first aid kit on campus for general use, and all of our program leads are CPR certified. We also keep an anti-choking device available during lunch. Thrive is a faith-neutral program, so we're neither religious nor secular. We stay right in the middle and teach all of our history and science strictly from facts. Also, when kids are on campus, we really want to keep it fun and light for them. So any heavy conversations that would be considered divisive or drive the kids apart, any hot button issues or political hot topics, we steer clear of those things. And our teachers are trained to gently shut those conversations down by saying, "That's a really important question. Go home and ask your parents." We believe that parents should be in the driver's seat of all of those conversations. Thank you so much for coming along with me on this tour of Thrive Communities. If you want to reserve your spot today, do so at learnatthrive.com, and we hope to see your family soon.
If this episode encouraged you, share it with another family who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. We'll see you next time.